This year at our mill, we've got some major shifts because of COVID-19, which is no surprise. Every business that is open is having to make these major shifts. So this year, we began planning these shifts way back in April because we had a good feeling that COVID was really not going to be going away and that we needed to prepare what we were going to be doing with this National Historic Site differently. And so I'm pretty excited to share what we've done and how we're going to be responding. So if you want to know some of the basic things, our primary piece is that, apples get ripe and they need to be pressed for cider. So we had to open, we had to figure this out. Our focus, though, has really been on how do we keep our customers safe and our staff safe and our products safe. So those have been the premises that we've been working off of. And we know that as far as our staff, we've had them all COVID tested. They weren't allowed to begin with us this coming week until they tested negative. So we're excited to say that we've got all of our staff who are testing negative, and that was key and essential. We'll be using the proper PPE, so staff will have gloves, they'll have masks, sometimes they'll have a shield, and so we're going to be doing all of the sanitizing and disinfecting of our surfaces that my staff are touching and that customers are touching throughout the mill and throughout our area where customers often just stay and hang out across our river, around our river. We now have a brand new website that we purposely created under COVID. One, because we're now adding to our National Historic Site Cider Mill, we're adding online ordering. And so for many who visited the mill and know that the crowds can start getting you a little bit frustrated, but we can't move them quite as fast as everyone would like, online ordering is a totally separate option. And we have designated our front parking lot and our front of our mill to just online ordering. So if you're coming just as a good old customer, don't come in our front area where you usually head on down to our lower level parking area, because that's where all of our sales will be this year. There's no coming into the front of the mill and watching the cider pressing process. But if you go online, we have an entire page devoted to videos and pictures and a description of our cider making process. And you could also download our famous apple poster, which gives you which apples are ripe during which part of the season and what are they best for. So please, that's a free download. We're going to be offering all of our sales out of our lower sales area. So people coming in our lower parking lot, it is a natural, handicap accessible and also buggy accessible for baby buggies and strollers. So it is a fully accessible route into our lower sales area. And we'll be making sure that everyone who is coming into our lower sales area that we refer to as the community spot, that they will have a mask on. If they don't have a mask, we will offer them a mask. And if they are challenged by wearing masks, then we will take their order before they enter the community spot to keep our community spot safe. We'll be doing social distancing there. We've got enough staff to be able to keep the lines short. We're going to be asking for only 1 or 2 family members to come in line rather than a whole family, because keeping safe distance is so challenging then.